On Thursday, the 15th of May, when NFE stock began to decline or began to plunge, or when it plunged, that day we thought it was going to plunge further, and it did help all the way towards the next day. But since that time, it has recovered somewhat. As a matter of fact, rebounded to the highs of around $3.3 and has since cooled off again, but hasn't tested those lows. So far, we have there is an extrapolation that is indicating that they might even decline a lot further. But on its daily chart, let's have a look. On this daily chart, no further declines are extrapolated. There are no extrapolations on its weekly chart, so we can't exactly talk about that. So here we are looking at a rebound, a rejection. It may have a rejection of $4.67. And are there any projections? Let's see now. Let's see. Do we have? Well, we don't have any upper projections. Everything. It's actually projecting lower prices, as a matter of fact. So it's also good to bear that in mind. Not that it's going to print. They're just these are just extrapolations and projections. No upper projection on its weekly chart, but the extrapolation of its three-period moving average is that it's going to improve from current levels. So going back to its 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, what do we have? We have that's where we have that. Lower prices being extrapolated for Tuesday. Okay, no. As a matter of fact, we do on the daily as well. On Tuesday, that's when the low is this. Yeah, low. I mean, the low for the period that is the period is up to Wednesday, the 4th of June. So the low of the period will be 2.06 by Tuesday, the 27th in the next trading session. There's no guarantee that that will be the case as well. In terms of projections, there are very, very deep low projections or projections that I have to probably have to calculate what they are since we can't we don't trade negative figures, but the fact that they are negative implies that they are some really really low prices. So we have upper projections regardless. We have 3.71, 4.17, 4.46. There's no guarantee that any of those will print. No guarantee at all. So even in the midst of all of these declines, we had this projection of 5.29, 6.15 as a matter of fact. No, is it? Let's see now. This projection of is it 6.14? It kept on. It was re-emphasized for some time, but didn't continue. What we now have under re-emphasis is 5.20. Yeah, but there's some piece here written just to remind us of what's really going on. This is from Value the Markets. They're saying, New Fortress plunged 63% that day. May have been more due to debt and poor earnings, raising concerns about future profitability and project delays. Yeah, it plunged after disappointing first quarter earnings. The company is burdened with a high debt and has failed to turn a profit since 2016. Its efforts to build a small LNG export facility off Mexico were plagued by delays and cost overruns, worsening its financial position. And despite no profits, it has paid over $1 billion in dividends, frustrating lenders. The company recently sold a key terminal in Jamaica to raise cash, but continues to struggle with slow project execution and weak contract signings in Puerto Rico and Brazil. So since this company is a commodity company, there's a very high likelihood that they may be doing forward sales. What that means is that they will be if they have an asset, if they have a well that is producing oil, what they may be doing is that they may be selling future sales. They'll be making future sales. It can be good at the same time. They could make more money. They should make they stand a chance of making more money. So All these companies do them. Major oil companies, I mean, the biggest in the world, they are likely doing they do that. As a matter of fact, they sell future contracts. They sell them off. They sell. I mean, future. They use future markets and use them to sell future outputs. So if NFE doesn't have such a facility, if it's for instance if it's gas wells are not reachable now and then, it may not be able to do them. It may not be may not be able to do such things. So let's see now. Why this is important for retail investors? Yeah, the 63% plunge in one day signals extreme volatility, which can wipe out investor value fast. Despite no profits, the company paid over $1 billion in dividends. That practice may not be sustainable, putting future payouts at risk. Mounting debt and bond price crashes suggest credit debt stress. Companies in this position may face bankruptcy or forced asset sales. Yeah, repeated delays and overruns on key projects show poor management, which can lead to continued underperformance. The sell-off and trading halt could erode investor confidence, not just in the stock, but across LNG and speculative infrastructure plays. So the company is focused on natural gas infrastructure, particularly in LNG, liquefied natural gas. The company has sought to build and operate LNG export terminals and aims to provide clean energy alternatives to various markets. With a series of projects in Mexico and the Caribbean, New Fortress has positioned itself as a key player in enhancing energy access in these regions. It's competition with Cheniere Energy and Dominion Energy, which also focus on LNG and related infrastructure. The competitive dynamics of the energy sector may pose additional risk as firms jockey for market share and project approvals. So near-term catalysts and risks. The next periods could bring pivotal developments for New Fortress, particularly as it addresses project delays and seeks profitable contracts. However, the company remains at risk due to its high debt level and dependency on successfully executing its plans. If it fails to stabilize its financials, further market reactions could depress investor confidence. Yeah, so for those trading the stock, for retail investors considering New Fortress Energy, it's crucial to evaluate not only the stock's recent decline but also its future potential. The key takeaway is understanding the firm's ability to overcome its debt issues and successfully execute its projects. Keep an eye on upcoming earnings reports and contract announcements, as they could provide significant price triggers. If you believe in the company's long term strategy, this could present a buying opportunity at discounted levels. But we don't know the company's long term strategy. We haven't seen that. So maybe in future videos we may have a look and show you what they are, but we don't have any concerning the stock. So at least in the very short term, we are, especially on its daily chart, there are no extrapolations to the downside. However, there are no upper projections on the daily chart. No upper projections. It is very deep. This very deep projections that it has. It has the very deep projections, very lower downward projections. But at the same time, no extrapolation, no bearish extrapolation as such on that same daily chart. So yeah, let's see how things go. Let's see how things go. I'll continue to update you. Thank you very much for watching this video.